It's also having an impact on the FX market. So how do you see it playing out?
I think the interesting thing has been, while on the face of it, some of this sounds quite scary and people are talking about trade war. And while you have seen weakness in equity markets, which reflects some of that concern, FX markets are still to really show that same degree of worry. So for instance, dollar yen trading at 107, a lot of people would be perhaps surprised when they look at the way that at least equity market volatility has still remained very high. So our view is that the trade protectionism issue is still one which doesn't enter our base case scenario of a global environment that still is quite supportive of risk, but emerging markets in particular. But to reflect some of these greater risks that are now on the horizon, trade protectionism is just one of them. The view we've really been trying to push is one to look for relative value, rather than necessarily look to the big currency pairs like having a view on dollar yen or euro dollar. Look for relative value within regions, and that we think is the safest bet in this kind of environment.
Where is the clear relative value then? Out here in Asia for a start.
I mean, India is one place that we feel quite comfortable having a constructive view on, given some of the positive idiosyncratic developments there. Now, we've seen most recently some weakness in local market assets, both in rate space as well as FX. But if we think about the last quarter we've had for India, it's been a positive one in terms of addressing some of the concerns that people had at the end of last year, which was primarily around inflation, but also around fiscal slippage, the prospect for the fiscal deficit and the accumulation of government debt. Now, we saw a pretty good budget from them in February. We've seen some favourable issuance plans. We've seen several other idiosyncratic factors also help, including a moderation in inflation as food prices start to contribute less to headline inflation there. And so that's a nice story that we think about sitting almost quite separately to some of these broader issues such as trade protectionism.